It's not much of any difference. It's kind of the same. You know, we've been getting down early and having to fight back, and we got to figure out the best course to correct it. So, quick turnaround here. With Detroit coming in and, you know, less than 24 hours, but you know, there's a lot to there are some things to build on here, like Nembhard's performance tonight. You know, he was terrific, and he played like a veteran. You know, that's great. You know, defensively, we gave up too many threes. We gotta take a look at that. We got to make adjustments there. And you know, Detroit played New York tonight. You know, it's a tough league. They're going to be playing their third and fourth nights, same as us. So, you know, we're going to somehow have to take advantage of not traveling.
Did you get a similar sense of the same issues on defense in the first half, these first two games? And if so, where do you feel like you can correct them? You know, I saw you change up the rotation.
Miles Turner would help a lot. That's one thing. I mean, the guy's a hell of a player, but he's not available right now. So we've got to make the adjustments. And you know, after 2 games of this kind of start, these kinds of starts, I'm gonna look at the film closely, and it may be time to tweak some things. We'll see. I'm not a big lineup changing person, you know, in general. But our situation this year might be an exception.
Is that what led to sort of the second half where you experimented, it felt like, a little more with lineups and groups, some smaller, some bigger, to try to find something that maybe was connecting a little better?
I mean, it's not really, you know, finding groups that play together with force is not really experimenting. It's really what coaching is. And so, you know, we got to stick together. I mean, this is, you know, we knew this was going to be a tough challenge this year. Our players are finding out some of the realities. You know, starting the season out at home can be challenging too, with families visiting and distractions and all kinds of stuff like that. And got a lot of young guys that haven't learned what that's all about yet. So there's a lot of things going on, but hey, we'll look at it closely and see what makes sense for tomorrow.
I was going to ask about that, but I'll just ask it another way, I suppose. But it seems early for the season to feel long, but it just seems like the vibe, as you just mentioned, the players are finding out some of the realities. How are you going to?
Well, they're finding out. They're finding out. You know what? You know, our younger guys are finding out what the NBA is about. I mean, Ben Mathurin, this is his second game. Nembhard, this is the first game he's played in. So, you know, finding out you know, how you've got to have your mindset exactly right, you know, on every given night. How you've got to put exterior distractions aside and really just focus on competing and those kinds of things. And these two guys have learned a hell of a lot in 2 games. So challenges are good. You know, challenges force your creative juices to flow. And, you know, for us as a team, the thing we're finding out more than anything is that hard play and, you know, forceful play is what's going to carry the day for us.
How's Jalen Smith and physically, and how's Chris Duarte? How's he handling whatever's going on this year, Mathurin getting the minutes and all that?
Yeah, Jalen got hit in the nose. He was ruled out pretty soon after. And so we'll see. I don't know what his symptoms are. I don't know if there's a possibility of a concussion or not. I'll find out more afterwards. Yeah. Yeah, this is all stuff that I'm looking at closely, and look, we've got some real competition on this roster now for minutes. I mean, I'm looking to play 10, sometimes 11 or 12 guys every game. And so, you've really got to be on your competitive game every single night. Your mind has got to be in the right place. You've got to be playing to your strengths. And we're going to learn a lot very quickly. I have no doubt about that.
Rick, what stood out to you with the second unit?
Well, they did a great job when they first came in the first half. And then I made a hockey substitution halfway through the fourth, or through the second quarter. And then, those guys got tired. And that's, and this is part of the unpredictability of, an NBA season and learning a new team. The most important thing is, the hard, unselfish play and just, playing to exhaustion. And so look, we're gonna get there. We've set ourselves up for a lot of improvement, and we're gonna have to coach these guys hard and make sure we're doing the right things as a coaching staff.
Is it at all uncomfortable to do the fouling scenario? Like, it's not fun to watch, but you're playing the percentages.
Uncomfortable how?
It's not likable watchable basketball.
Well, listen, it's the right strategy, given the situation. And, we were down 18 points or 20 points, and, we had a possession on the last possession of the game and the possibility to tie. So, look, it's stuff that you had to do. I give our fans a great deal of credit. I mean, this was a game that was tough through the first 2.5, 3 quarters, and they stuck around, and they stuck with us in the fourth quarter. When we started getting aggressive at the end, and they helped give us a chance in this game. I mean, that's what's special about Indiana basketball fans. So we appreciate that very much.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
What do you got?
How would you evaluate Isaiah's performance tonight?
Yeah, I'll look at it. I mean, he did some good things, and he learned some things. I think that's a fair assessment. But look, he's 20 years old. I mean, we got to understand that learning curves are learning curves, and it's gonna take some time. And we'll coach every one of these guys hard, and there will be the latitude for mistakes and learning, coupled with the accountability of having to do your job. And if you can't get it done, then somebody's there to come in and, hey, in the process of building a quote unquote true team, that guy coming in for you, you got to pat him on the butt, and he's got to pat you on the butt, and it's got to be vice versa when it goes the other way. Thanks.
I'd say pretty much the way we start the game. We gave up 36 points in the first quarter. The last 2 games, I feel like if we start the game a better way, the game gonna go well. And defensively as well, we just got to stay locked in. Just got to take the little details, and we just got to adjust.
What'd you think of that last play? You guys had an opportunity to tie it. You ended up taking the shot. Was that the shot you guys wanted, and how did you feel about the look you had?
It was the shot. It was the shot we got. I wish it would have went in. I wish I would have had, a better look. But, it's the shot I got. I feel like my teammate trusted me to take the shot and, just learn from it.
Second unit was clicking in this game to the point that Rick turned to you guys to close the first half. What did you feel like went well for that unit, and how can that maybe spread to other lineups that you guys use?
You talking about the second unit? Just pretty much, when we step on the court, we just have to bring energy. We have to adjust, to what the first 5 does on defense. And like I said before, defense is what's gonna take us to offense. So the quicker we adjust on defense, the better we're gonna be on offense. And just about bringing energy in general.
Rick has talked about the need to start stronger. Is there anything you can do? Is that anything you can work on, or is that just like a mental thing?
I'll pretty much say both. You got to be. You step on the court, you got to be ready to compete from the jump. But also, like I said, we just got to know who we guard, who we play, and we just got to guard. You know, when the ball's in the air, like we just got to start guarding.
What do you think, if any, were the big differences in how you played from the fourth quarter compared to the first three?
I wouldn't say there was a big difference. You know, the ball found me a little bit more, you know, in the fourth quarter, and you know, we had a game plan. We stayed with the game plan, and you know, just had a good, you know, I could say a good fourth quarter.
Quick turnaround for tomorrow's game. Is that something you like as a competitor? Get right back out there.
For sure. You know, the great opportunity, NBA, you know, you have a game back to back. I wouldn't say, you know, just throw the game away and go back home and watch the game again. But we got to, you know, go on to the next game tomorrow.
Nothing really. I think due to us all getting here early to play pickup, me having relationships with these guys, I kind of know where guys like the ball, you know, spots like that. I think there's still some miscommunications on our cuts, our spacings, been really bad for us through these first two games. But it's all just a process. It'll come together, you know. But you know, I don't think our problem is offensively. Our problem is defensively and getting stops. Like we told you guys yesterday, 36 is too much in the first quarter, and they got 36 again. Or 2 days ago, we told you 36 too much. They got 36 again. Like I've said since, you know, when we started talking this year, our problem will not be offensively. We have enough guys that will score the ball. I played terrible today. We had a lot of guys that didn't shoot the ball the way they want to, and we still scored 134 points. You score 134 points, you should win an NBA game. So our problem's defensively. They had over 30 in every quarter. That's not serious.
I know if it was, you know, if you knew, obviously you'd fix it as soon as you could. But what do you feel like is specifically going wrong on the defensive end for you guys?
You know, what it is it's on our first unit. And we talked about this in the back. I mean, you can look at plus minus. You can look at whatever stats you want. I mean, you're just out there and you watch the game, you understand our first unit has been awful. You know, we got to start quarters the right way and finish quarters the right way. And we haven't started quarters the right way through the first two games and even into the preseason. Our starts have been bad. And that's on us as first unit, and that's on me, you know, as a leader. So I got to be better. We got to be better starting games. And it's more just a presence thing of, you know, getting into the ball. And that starts with me because I'm guarding the ball most of the time, you know, finishing possessions, rebounding. You know, we can't predicate our game on makes and misses. Like, I don't know what I was to the first 30 minutes of that game, but it wasn't pretty. So, and I would let that affect me, and that's on me. So, you know, for us as a unit, our first unit has to start better. We know what TJ, Andrew, Aaron, those guys, Isaiah, Ben, we know what they're going to bring for us defensively. It's on our first unit, and that's just the bottom line. So we got to be better, and we're going to be better.
I know you're often your own biggest critic, but you just said you played terrible. Why do you feel like you played terrible given that you had a good statistical night?
It's not about this. It's not about anything on this paper. It's about being myself and being who I am. And, you know, I was letting my makes and misses kind of predicate my attitude, predicate my effort to a sense, and that's not acceptable. I'll go watch film later, and I'll be mad at myself, kick myself a few times. I got to be better as a leader when I'm missing shots, just, you know, keeping everybody up because these guys do a great job keeping me up. So that's my job, to keep those guys up. So, you know, like numbers or whatever, that doesn't matter to me. It's about approaching the game the right way. And, you know, I just haven't done that.
What are some of the contributing factors to defensively? Because it seems like it's a variety of different things right now.
You know, I would say the number one is effort. I think in basketball, like, you got to control what you can, and that's like effort and energy, and your attitude, you know, how you react to things. And we're not doing that. You know, I think it's the NBA. Like, the best coaches in the world, best players in the world. Like, principles, they're going to give it to everybody. Everybody has similar principles. They got coverages, we got game plans, whatever. Throw that out the window. It has nothing to do with that. We got to play harder. You guys see, to finish the last two games, how hard we're playing in the fourth quarter. You know, and obviously we're not going to press the whole game. We can't play that way the whole game. But it's more about a presence thing of being felt and getting into the ball. And we just got to, you know, we got to be better there. And I think it's just controlling what you can. It's like we can't control how they're shooting. We can't control,
referee. We can't control all these different things, right? We got to control what we can, and we're letting these guys. They started the game. I don't know. It felt like every shot they shot was in the paint, and no matter who you're playing, if I see layups go in, I got confidence to make whatever shot I throw up. So we got to be better starting games.
Andrew goes from not playing to playing the most minutes on the team. What do you think of how he contributed?
He was awesome. He was awesome. 30 minutes off the bench. Probably didn't even know if he was going to play tonight. But that's what we talked about. We're a young team. Guys got to be ready to go. Guys have to be ready to go. And he was. He stepped up to the plate, took a big charge down the stretch that I wouldn't even think to do. He just made a lot of big plays for us. He was really good today, and now we just got to keep building.
JJ, thanks. Isaiah, after 44 minutes or so where you guys probably didn't feel like you were playing up to your standard, what's changing? What's switching here at the end of games for you?
Just coming out with the competitive spirit, just to fight, just helping my team any way I can, whether it's on the defensive end, getting stops, blocking shots, getting steals, or just communicating in general. The offensive end will take care of itself every time. So.
How do you balance some of the positives you've seen at the end of games from a team perspective with the fact that you don't want to be in that position in the first place?
Yeah, I feel like we all as a team, we know we love playing that scrappy ball because a lot of the guys on the team said if we come out with that same mentality, every game, start of the game, teams will fold, man. It's we just got to keep trying to come out with that mentality that just hitting people when them off first and not backing down, so we won't get in the game situations like this. So.
Not having Miles here is an unexpected challenge. You guys thought you'd have him to start the season, and hopefully it's not a long-term problem. But while you're in this moment as one of the bigs, what's the key to getting through this, especially defensively?
Just helping my team, man. Just being there, talking to my team, communicating with my team, just playing my game, hustling. Just doing all the right things that Miles would do, and just competing, man. That's something we as a team stand on. We just got to compete, man. That's it. So.
You've got a back-to-back against Detroit coming up. What's the key to taking what you guys were able to do down the stretch tonight and transitioning that into the first quarter on Saturday?
I feel like we all have that mentality right now. We all want to win, and we're just going. Go home, watch film, and come with the same mentality that we had in the fourth quarter and bring it tomorrow. Try to get the dub.
We have a great group of players, a lot of guys. Every one of us can, make an impact on the game. So coach is trying to see the different lineups we play. Who's doing the more, I guess, who play harder, to be honest, and who gets around with each other. So it just. We got time, 80 more games to go. So, we're just trying to see the lineups and the guys who get along to play with each other.
Do you feel like you've been able to learn things through these first two games, playing with different guys, understanding people?
Yeah, man, still getting the feeling for the game. Long time, since we played last. So with the guys as well, they make it easy, making right plays and just. We're gonna learn together. I'm still young, I'm 23, and we're gonna learn together. And guys, Andrew and KBT, everybody, the young guys, just making an impact. Playing hard. So it's easy to play with this kind of guys.
Do you have a sense, from your career, how long this sort of thing takes to really get used to guys?
Oh, this is my first year playing with these guys, so I guess it takes some time, but. I think I'm used to, and I know their game now, and it's easy to adjust to it. So just got 80 more games to play, so it's gonna be better.
First two games have had the same blueprint basically. 36 points given up in the first quarter. You guys get better throughout the game and almost come back, but can't. What do you feel like you guys need to do to start better?
Gotta be aggressive from the jump. It's this NBA team, any team. If they've get that feeling, it's hard to stop them. So, we talked about it, and the guys are able to do that, and they're gonna come out there and do that tomorrow. It's a great chance for us. We have game tomorrow in less than 24 hours, so we have a great chance to prove that we can do that, and I'm sure they're gonna do that.
I'm super excited. Obviously, it's in a dream of mine to just get on the court with these guys, but definitely want to get the win on my first night out there.
That first shot fell feel like a sense of relief at all, and you could relax a little bit?
Yeah, I think it allowed me to kind of get into the flow of the game, feel a little more comfortable. So yeah, I just got to stay aggressive out there.
What allowed you to be so effective in the minutes you played tonight?
Well, I think I just tried to let it come to me. I think I wanted to just be a connector on the court and just try to bring energy on the defensive side of the ball. And I think I just let it come to me.
Played with TJ McConnell a little bit tonight. How does things change for you? You just talked about being a connector, playing with another ball handler, point guard type when you're in there.
I don't think it really changed too much. Played with a lot of kind of other point guards beside me throughout my career, and just like I think where the game is moving, there's a lot of point guard, playmaker guys on the court, whatever you want to call it. So I felt comfortable out there. TJ is a guy who makes the game super easy for others, so I felt very comfortable.
You were in a lot of units, ended up being successful. Carlisle kept turning to you. One had that feeling your opening game, and two, what did you feel like the second unit was doing pretty well tonight?
I think the second unit all starts with TJ, honestly. I think he just brings so much energy, got the crowd into it. Just the way he even moves the ball on offense, people don't even realize how much he's doing for the team in terms of just getting us good shots and bringing energy and allowing our like kind of pace and everybody touching it.
Did you feel any nerves, jitters coming into the game for the first time?
Yeah, there's always those natural nerves. Everybody has them before games. But once you step on the court, it's kind of just hoops at the end of the day. Put in all the preparation, all you can do is just play it now.
A lot of different, lineup combinations, rotations tonight. Did you play with a lot of guys you hadn't played with much earlier?
I've gotten to play with a lot of different lines in training camp. Yeah, so I guess it's new for me because I just got to the team, but not really too new.
What inspired the hairstyle change?
I always get braids. None really inspired it.
Did it come after you knew you were going to play today by chance, or is it just coincidence that it happened on your debut day?
Coincidence.
Did you know you were going to play coming into this game?
No, I didn't. Just coach was telling me to be ready, and try to just stay ready.
With the lineups kind of in flux throughout, are there any adjustments like during the game? Like, I've got a different set of 3 or 4 teammates on. Are there any changes there?
Say that again.
With a lot of different lineups tonight, are there any adjustments during the game when you got different guys coming in on and off?
I think it's just about us being communicating who's on the floor, what defense coverage we're in, being together on both sides of the floor, what we want to do. I think that goes no matter what the line is.